heart had had enough of being mistreated, lying there in pieces. Too good to call it love.